Andrew Garfield's triumphant return to the role of Spider-Man was definitely a highlight for all of those that saw No Way Home and were fans of the Amazing Spider-Man franchise. Despite its lackluster reception upon its initial release, Andrew Garfield's return was one of the highlights for many fans, myself included. Now that No Way Home has been out for some time, Andrew Garfield has spoken openly about returning to the role, and just recently he revealed the one scene and one moment that ultimately sealed his choice and his decision to return and portray Peter Parker yet again. First though, before we discuss the scene that got Andrew Garfield to return to the role, we are giving away two figures, one Iron Spider and one highly posable Spider-Man figure. To enter, the rules are very simple. All you have to do is like the video, subscribe, turn on notification, and follow the rest of the very simple rules in the description. Now, let's get on with it. This is actually the second interview that Andrew Garfield has done after returning to the role of Spider-Man in No Way Home, where he talks about more of the behind the scenes processes of the film and what ultimately got him to sign back on, including how he read one solitary scene that ultimately convinced him completely that he needed to return and felt it was poetic justice for his Spider-Man specifically. The main image that they pitched me was catching Zendaya, catching MJ, he told the Happy Sad Confused podcast. That was the first page I saw, and I was kind of like, there's no way of not doing this, because that's so profound. That's a profound moment for my character, like an older brother saving his little brother from the same fate across the universe. If that portal hadn't been opened up, and my Peter Parker hadn't been there at that moment, it's arguable that he would have had the same fate, and suffered the same fate as my Spider-Man. You suddenly get into this incredible cosmic meant to be destined moment, where I get to heal the worst trauma in my life while simultaneously saving my little brother from having to experience that same trauma. Suddenly, you're in very mythic territory, and it's just profoundly beautiful. I wasn't ever expecting to have a conversation again about potentially playing Peter Parker. It felt very exciting just to be a fan again, but again, I was open to returning. So ultimately, the scene, guys, that convinced Andrew Garfield to return as Peter Parker in Spider-Man No Way Home was the scene where he caught MJ, which again was hugely appropriate and is probably one of the best moments in the entire Marvel Universe saga. A moment where, as Andrew Garfield puts it perfectly, he's able to spare his little brother of the same pain and trauma that his Spider-Man went through, and create this sort of cosmic healing for his version of the character, something that Andrew Garfield briefly talked about in other interviews. The fact that he felt that he left off his Spider-Man on a very melancholy and ultimately depressing note following the death of Gwen Stacy. He made the decision to ultimately step back into the mantle of Spider-Man, but then said that he went down an even darker path. So the decision and the opportunity to return was a no-brainer for him, but it was this solitary moment that fully convinced him to join the film. Anyway guys, what are your thoughts on this? And what were your thoughts when you saw this in the movie theater for the first time? And how do you feel about this ultimate redemption for Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man? Again, my friends, don't forget to enter the giveaway. Thank you as always so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button to assemble and join our team, and I hope you have a great day.